Amanda here from Create Your Future. So today I'll be answering two subscribers' questions. One about how to overcome anxiety, which I think is something that, some other people out there may be definitely interested in, as well as a general subscriber question that was emailed in. I'm going to answer that as well. Guys, just before I dive into it, we do have a free course, How to Find Your Blocks to Manifest Anything. Basically, it's going to help you identify what thoughts are in line with what you want and which ones aren't. So, when it comes to manifesting something, I mean, your thoughts have to be in line with it. You can't live in two different worlds. You can't live in, I want to be with, my SP, but my SP has baggage and doesn't want a relationship. Those two thoughts cancel each other out. You're not going to be with your SP, okay? So all of your thoughts and story has to be aligned with what you want, okay? And when it's all aligned, then the magic happens and you get what you want. So yeah, the course will help you figure out what thoughts to keep, what thoughts not to keep, and to build a nice little mental diet. And guys, as well, I do have a course, How to Create the Relationship That You Love. It's a great course for recreating anybody that you have in your life, as well as I have an affirmation track, How to Get Rid of the Third Party. Now, this affirmation track doesn't focus on the third party. It focuses on you being a priority and you and your SP being together. So they're both on sale, links in the description, as well as the free course. So let's dive into it. So before we get into the anxiety and how to overcome it, I'm just going to answer this one question here because I think it's a very good question. So they say, why doesn't it work for me? Why I buy courses, book sessions, and nothing? What am I doing wrong? This has been going on for years. Okay, so I think the important thing to note here is you and only you manifest in your reality. You are the power. You are the operant power, okay? Everybody in your universe is you, and it's one, okay? Now, our sessions, they're there to help you. We're your cheerleaders. We're going to let you know what thoughts you should be keeping, which ones you shouldn't, give you an action plan, some intentions, but we still need you to implement it. We can't manifest for you. Nobody can manifest in your reality but you, okay? So you need to do the work. The thing with our courses is our courses are self-guided, time to focus on what you want. So I know a lot of our courses, like mine, it's going to help you to build your mental diet, to change your story. Okay. So, and you can also intend, you can say, look, I intend to do this course and I intend to get what I want. I intend for the coaching to help. Okay. Or you can just say, look, I intend to get what I want and I don't need to do any of that. Okay. It all falls down to you. Now, where are you going wrong? I can tell you probably right now, your mental diet. You're questioning why it's not working, okay? Everything that you do in your reality, you have to make it mean that it's getting you closer to what you want, okay? So we don't sell the course and say, look, you buy this course, you're going to get what you want. Well, I mean, yeah, it's going to help you for sure if you think it's going to help you, okay? But they're self-guided and it's meant for you to sit down, like my course, it's meant for you to sit down and focus on what you want and write out your new story. And same with our free course, it's 40 minutes for you to focus on your new story and what you want, okay? So it's like doing any technique. Same with our sessions. Outside of that, you still need to do the work. You have to do the work. And if you're questioning why it's not working, that's a block right there, okay? Everything you have to say, look, this works. This is getting me to what I want. I remember way back, I was doing coaching myself for a couple of years to manifest the life of my dreams and to, start creating what I want and learn how I manifest. And, the thing is you can't doubt the process, okay? Every time I was in the coaching for 2 years, even though things wasn't happening yet, I was saying, look, this is getting me closer to my goal. This is going to help me understand how I create. And lo and behold, it did. Okay, so you need to make intentions. What are you going to get out of that course? What are you going to get out of that coaching session? What's it going to do for you? You got to be very intentional about everything that you do. Okay, of course, we intend that all of our clients get success and that they get success from our courses, right? But really, what you're doing is you're learning how to use your own magic wand, but you still need to do it. You need to do the work. And a lot of times people aren't getting results because they're not doing the work. They're not putting in the work that they need to put in. And, you still need to put in the work, even though you're not seeing the results. Okay. But what you're learning, when you do the sessions and the courses, is you're learning how your magic wand works. You're learning how you create in your reality. And I think that's very important. So, I can't tell you exactly why it's not working for you. There's many different reasons, mental diet's not there. You're not doing the work, maybe. Who knows? Maybe doubting, questioning. I had a client once that basically would fight with herself whether or not the law of attraction is even real, and all those are blocks, right? If you're not thinking this is what I want and having every thought in line with it, then you're blocking yourself. You need to get yourself out of the way. How you're standing in your own way, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, so that would be, my assessment of that, right? So let's dive into this anxiety. I think this is, something quite common that a lot of people actually deal with, right? So when it comes to anxiety, okay, the first thing to understand, it's worrying about the future. It's worrying about the unknown. Okay. So I remember, way back when I was going to this networking event, and I was so nervous and worried about what people would think about me. And I was actually anxious. And I thought to myself, why am I anxious right now? And I was like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm so worried about, if anyone's going to like me or talk to me. Am I going to be sitting in a corner alone? So I was like, okay, now let's get a hold of my thoughts here, Amanda. So I went ahead and I said, okay, how do I want this to be instead? How do I want this to go? And I was like, you know what? I want to go in there and basically have people crowding around me saying I'm awesome and asking for my business card. I want to run out of business cards to the point where people are just, subscribing to my channel right on the spot in front of me. And, and I played that scene out in my head a few times as we were driving there. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. So, whether it be anxiety over, let's say, for instance, unknown health issues or any health issue, right? Anxiety, again, remember, it comes from the not knowing. Okay. So if you don't know, what your outcome is. Okay. So think of it this way, guys. Okay. You are the creator of your reality. You even create your health. Okay. So what you need to do is to go, okay, first of all, if we're having anxiety over an unknown health issue, we have to go look at, we're going to find out what it is. Okay. And then we're going to find out it's nothing serious and we're going to cure it. However you want to do it, whatever the path of least resistance is for you. Okay. So if you've already manifested that there is a health issue, okay, great. Now how you're going to say, I'm going to find out what it is and it's going to get cured easily and effortlessly, before the end of the month. That's what's happening. That's what's happening now. Okay. So that's going to be your focus, and every single thought that you have is going to be focused on it getting healed. Okay. Now, if you are the type of person, and you can do this as well, is because you are limitless beings. If you can basically say, I've got a health issue, and then say, nope, I don't, and I'm healed, and that works for you, great. Okay. And if that doesn't work for you, there's no problem with saying, look, I'm going to go to a doctor's going to find it. They're going to fix me up and I'm going to be fine. They're just the placebo. Okay. So however you want to do it. But the point that I'm trying to make in this video, the point I am making in this video is to cure your anxiety. Okay. Sit down and go, what is worrying me? And then what's the outcome? Because you create the outcome. You don't need to worry about the unknown. Nothing is unknown. You're God. You create it all. Okay. So you decide what your outcome is going to be. Okay. So, for instance, let's say, that there's family issues, and I totally get it. A lot of people have family issues, or there's somebody in your life that's negative. Okay. You can go ahead and you can say, okay, this is how this is going to go. This is how these issues are going to be solved. This is how this person is going to act around me. Okay. This is what we're going to talk about. You know what? They're going to start being happy. We're going to start laughing. Okay. You create that. So what you need to do is you need to put yourself into the future and decide and actually, think, okay, what's going to happen? Have an inner conversation. Okay. So let's say, you have somebody that you're seeing and they're always negative. So you're like, okay, next time I'm going to see him, he's actually going to surprise me. He's going to say, something happened and he's much more happier now. And we're always going to have a good time. We're going to be laughing and joking, and he's going to have a really positive outlook on life. Okay, like just like that, okay? And then you keep reaffirming that, okay? Even if you go and you don't see it, no, you keep reaffirming that new story, okay? And something will shift, okay? Something will shift. And you could even do things like, you know, oh, okay, let's say, for instance, you have a story that they're depressed. You could even say, well, you know what, I intend that they change his medication and his personality completely changes around. Boom, then his personality is going to completely change around, okay? But the point I'm trying to make is when you have anxiety, it's worried about the future, worried about the unknown, okay? So take that unknown away, okay? And start creating what you want that to be, okay? You know what, when I was doing neurolinguistic programming, it was so amazing. You know what they said? They said you can sit down and script out your entire day, and that's how your day will be the next day. And you know what, so many times that's happened. You know, when you take the time, okay, to be intentional and to be consciously aware of your day and your thoughts, okay, it's really easy to mold it. You know, when we have a lot of static and thoughts going on and we're not listening to them, we're letting them run wild and we're not catching them, you know, that's when things just seem to go haywire, because, you know, we'll have thought processes that we have regularly, positive or negative, and something will set them off and they'll just automatically flow. And, you know, we're not even paying attention to them, but they're still creating, okay? So, you know, we need to be intentional and start breaking some of those habits and creating new pathways and new thoughts, okay? You know, so it's like, for instance, let's say, you know, you go to this person's house and they're negative and you're like, oh, here we go again. Boom. You know, you got to, no, okay, no, this is going to stop. This is what's going to happen instead. And you have to fight it. You have to fight it and start changing your thoughts. And at first it's going to be like it's going to hurt a bit. Like, at least for me, it does. It's a little bit of static. It's like, oh my goodness, it's so hard to think. But then, you know, it becomes a pathway, a new neural pathway that you create. And then it becomes second nature. Okay. So you've got to fight for what you want, and you fight the fight up here, you know, in the 4D. Right. So, you know, that's the thing. Okay. So to get rid of your anxiety, take a breath, ground yourself. So important. And then, you know, whatever you're worried about, start, you know, scripting out the outcome. Okay. The family issues or whatever, and you know, the problems with people, start scripting it out. What's the outcome going to be? How is this going to be solved? Okay. Because you and only you have the power to do it. Right. So yeah, I intend that helps you to feel calm, empowered, and absolutely in control, right, of your reality. So guys, thank you so much for the questions. Yeah, anybody else out there, we are answering your questions for free. You can email them into us, or if you comment them below the video, our social media team will send it off to the coach as a video idea. So thank you guys for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.